1. Prevalence of obesity in Americans aged 60 to 70. The prevalence of obesity among older adults in the United States remains alarmingly high. Data from August 2021 to August 2023 indicate that 38.9% of adults aged 60 and over were obese, based on. This shows a slight decrease from the 42.8% recorded in 2017-2018, suggesting a minor reduction in obesity rates for this age group in recent years. However, it is important to note that 2022 data revealed that 30.6% of adults aged 65 and over had a BMI of 30.0 or higher, indicating that obesity remains prevalent in the older segment. A study spanning from 1988 to 1994 to 2015 to 2018 showed a near doubling of obesity rates in Americans aged 65 and over, from 22% to 40%, highlighting a concerning trend over recent decades. Notably, the period between 1998 and 2018 saw the most significant increase in the young-old age group, 65 to 74 years, with obesity rates in men rising from 24% to 42% and in women from 27% to 46%. Focusing specifically on the 60 to 69 age group, Table 1 from one study indicates an overall obesity prevalence of 22.9%, with a 95% confidence interval of 19.6 to 26.3. Within this same age group, the prevalence of obesity was 26.5%, 24.7, 28.2 for women and 30.2%, 28.2, 32.2 for men, suggesting a slightly higher rate of obesity in men compared to women in this age range. The study also revealed significant racial disparities in obesity prevalence within the 60 to 69 age group: white, 21.3%, black, 33.7%, and other races, 33.4%, indicating substantial health inequities. Furthermore, obesity prevalence tended to decrease with increasing education levels in this age group: less than high school, 39.4%, high school, 34.5%, and more than high school, 24.7%. Regarding geographical variations, in 2022, all 50 U.S. states had an obesity rate exceeding 20%. The South had the highest obesity prevalence, 36.3%, followed by the Midwest, 35.4%, Northeast, 29.9%, and West, 28.7%. Data over time show fluctuations in obesity rates for the 60 to 69 age group across different periods: 2001 to 2005, 27.7%, 2005 to 2009, 38.6%, 2009 to 2013, 28.4%, and 2013 to 2017, 35.4%. The incidence rate ratio, IRR, for 2013 to 2017 compared to 2001 to 2005 was 1.28, 0.88, 1.86, indicating a statistically non-significant increase. 2. Harms and health consequences of obesity in older adults, 60 to 70. Obesity poses numerous serious health consequences for older adults. It increases the risk of all-cause mortality, particularly from cardiovascular diseases. Older adults with obesity have a higher tendency to develop cardiovascular diseases. Obesity is a major risk factor for many prevalent chronic diseases globally, including cardiovascular disease, CVD. Excess body fat causes endothelial dysfunction, small vessel remodeling, and toxicity to heart muscle cells, promoting atherosclerosis, vasospastic heart disease, arrhythmias, cardiomyopathy, and congestive heart failure. Notably, in older adults aged 65 and over, being overweight and having grade 1 obesity, BMI 30-34.9, appear to have a protective effect against CVD mortality. However, grade 3 obesity, BMI is greater than or equal to 40, increases this risk. In older adults, 60 to 79 years, weight loss of more than 5% in the past 10 years is associated with an increased 10-year risk of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, ASCVD, indicating the importance of maintaining a stable weight for cardiovascular health. Prolonged sedentary behavior is also linked to a higher incidence of CVD in overweight or obese older adults. Obesity increases the likelihood of developing diabetes, based on. Obesity and diabetes are known risk factors for the development of functional decline in older adults. Obesity is associated with the accumulation of adipose tissue, which subsequently increases insulin resistance, a primary mechanism leading to type 2 diabetes. Nearly one-third of people aged 65 and older have diabetes, based on CDC data, a statistic highlighting the high prevalence in this age group, often linked to obesity. Older adults with diabetes have higher rates of functional disability, rapid muscle loss, mobility impairment, frailty, and other comorbidities. The presence of obesity in older adults goes hand in hand with a greater risk of type 2 diabetes, T2 German marks. Obesity can strain the joints, leading to joint dysfunction and impaired mobility, based on advanced age and being overweight contribute to musculoskeletal degenerative diseases and the development of sarcopenic obesity. The risk of mobility disability and functional impairment increases with the severity of obesity in older adults. Knee osteoarthritis is the most well-documented musculoskeletal consequence of obesity. A high body mass index may be associated with acute back pain, but evidence suggests this may only be true for those at the highest weight levels. Obesity can contribute to pulmonary dysfunction and obstructive sleep apnea, based on short sleep duration is strongly associated with being overweight in older adults. Large variations in sleep duration between nights and more frequent daytime napping are associated with obesity, independent of average nighttime sleep duration in older adults. Individuals with higher BMIs are more likely to experience sleep disorders compared to those with lower BMIs in the older adult population. Older adults with obesity often report more activity limitations and feel more sadness and hopelessness compared to those without obesity. Obese adults aged 51 to 69 are twice as likely to have difficulty with multiple activities of daily living, ADLs, compared to their non-obese peers in the same age group. Older adults with obesity are more likely to experience persistent and chronic illness symptoms, such as fatigue. They also tend to report higher rates of depressive symptoms. Increased isolation is a theme reported by older adults with obesity, negatively impacting their mental health. Social isolation and loneliness can increase the risk of obesity. Certain cancers are linked to higher BMIs, including breast, uterine, colon, and leukemia, based on obesity in middle age, 40 to 60 years, is associated with lower cognitive function and an increased risk of dementia in later life. Obesity accelerates the aging process and increases the incidence of frailty and mortality rates in the over 60 age group, based on 3. Prevention of obesity in Americans aged 60 to 70. Preventing obesity in older adults requires a multifaceted approach focusing on healthy eating, regular physical activity, and other lifestyle factors. Regarding diet, a healthy eating pattern rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, low-fat dairy, and lean protein is recommended. Choosing foods with little to no added sugar, saturated fats, and sodium is important. Ensuring adequate protein intake throughout the day to maintain muscle mass is particularly crucial for older adults. Adding fruits and vegetables to meals and snacks is advised. Reducing sodium intake by seasoning with herbs and citrus fruits is beneficial. Drinking enough water throughout the day and avoiding sugary beverages is also key. Limiting foods high in saturated fats, salt, and sugar is important. Portion control is necessary to manage calorie intake, and limiting processed foods, as they can lead to increased calorie consumption, is recommended. Table 2 summarizes key dietary recommendations. Regular physical activity is also crucial for preventing obesity. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity per week and include activities that improve strength, balance, and flexibility at least 2 days a week. Examples of moderate-intensity activities include brisk walking, water aerobics, cycling, and dancing. Strength training helps offset muscle mass loss and can include lifting weights, using resistance bands, and bodyweight exercises. Balance activities, such as Tai Chi and yoga, help prevent falls. Even light activities throughout the day are valuable. Finding enjoyable activities can help make exercise a sustainable habit. Consider low-impact activities like swimming and chair yoga, especially for those with joint pain. Reduce sedentary time by setting reminders to stand up every 30 minutes. Integrate movement into daily routines, such as standing while on the phone or taking the stairs. Limit time spent watching TV or using the computer. Combining reduced sedentary time with increased physical activity leads to better health outcomes. Ensure sufficient and regular sleep. Address sleep disorders like sleep apnea, which can be linked to obesity. Find healthy ways to manage stress, as stress can lead to unhealthy eating habits. Make time for nurturing social connections to combat isolation and loneliness, which can be associated with obesity. Engage in social activities and community programs. Weight management programs and community resources for older adults. Numerous programs and resources are available to support older adults in managing their weight. Online programs like Eat Smart, Move More, Weigh Less offer virtual workshops focusing on mindful eating, weight management, and physical activity. Teladoc Health provides personalized online weight loss programs with coaching and support. Sesame Care offers online weight loss programs with medication options for eligible patients. The Mayo Clinic Diet provides a science-based online weight loss program that focuses on behavior change. University-based weight management programs, such as those at UCSF Health and UCLA Health, offer customized plans that include dietary changes, exercise programs, and behavior modification. Many senior centers offer healthy meals, exercise programs, and workshops on health and wellness, which can support weight management. The Administration for Community Living, ACL, supports nutrition services for older adults, including congregate and home-delivered meals, as well as nutrition education and counseling. The Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, SFMNP, provides low-income seniors with access to locally grown fruits and vegetables. Link to nutrition.gov offers information on nutrition programs for seniors. Meals on Wheels provides meal delivery services for older adults. 5. Factors contributing to obesity in this age group. Several factors contribute to obesity in older adults. Age-related physiological changes, such as increased fat mass and decreased muscle mass, sarcopenia, can lead to a higher body fat percentage at the same BMI. Metabolism may slow down with age, causing the body to burn fewer calories at rest. Hormonal changes, including decreased growth hormone, reduced responsiveness to thyroid hormone, decreased testosterone, and leptin resistance, can contribute to fat accumulation and reduced ability to regulate appetite. In women, menopause leads to changes in fat distribution, with an increase in visceral fat, which is associated with higher health risks. Genetic factors also play a role in determining an individual's susceptibility to obesity. Genes can influence how much body fat is stored, where it is distributed, how efficiently food is converted into energy, appetite regulation, and the number of calories burned during exercise. Over 500 genes associated with obesity have been identified in humans. Obesity tends to run in families, not only due to shared genes but also similar eating and activity habits. Environmental and socioeconomic factors also contribute to obesity. The environment affects access to healthy foods and safe places for walking. Neighborhood factors like safety and access to services can influence BMI. The availability of calorie-rich, energy-dense food options, which are often cheaper, can contribute to increased calorie intake. Reduced physical activity related to occupation and transportation decreases energy expenditure. Poverty and lower education levels are associated with obesity. Socioeconomic disadvantage can increase the risk of obesity in genetically predisposed individuals. The interaction between genes and the environment is another important factor. Genetic predispositions to obesity can be amplified or mitigated by environmental factors such as physical activity, diet, and sleep. Physical activity can reduce the influence of genetic factors on BMI. An obesogenic environment can increase the impact of genes in determining obesity phenotypes. 6. Conclusion: the prevalence of obesity in Americans aged 60 to 70 remains high, leading to numerous serious health consequences, including cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, musculoskeletal issues, sleep disorders, and mental health problems. Prevention is crucial and requires a combination of healthy eating, regular physical activity, addressing sedentary behavior, maintaining good sleep, and managing stress and social connections. Many weight management programs and community resources are available to support older adults. Obesity in this age group is a complex issue resulting from the interplay of physiological, genetic, and environmental factors. A multifaceted approach involving individuals, healthcare providers, and policymakers is needed to effectively address this significant public health challenge. 7. Recommendations for individuals. Consult healthcare providers for personalized advice on diet and exercise. Adopt a balanced and nutrient-rich eating pattern. Engage in regular physical activity including aerobic, strength, balance, and flexibility exercises. Reduce sedentary time and incorporate movement throughout the day. Prioritize sufficient and regular sleep. Seek support for managing stress and maintaining social connections. Explore available weight management programs and community resources. For healthcare providers, routinely screen older adults for obesity and assess related health risks. Provide counseling and guidance on healthy lifestyle modifications. Refer patients to appropriate weight management programs and specialists. Be aware of the obesity paradox and potential risks of unintentional weight loss in older adults. Consider the impact of medications on weight. For policymakers and public health organizations, implement policies that promote access to healthy and affordable food options. Create safe and accessible environments for physical activity. Support community-based weight management programs and initiatives. Raise awareness about the risks of obesity in older adults and the benefits of prevention. Fund research to better understand the complexities of obesity in older adults and develop effective interventions.